Hey everybody, this is Omar. We are back for season 3 of Do You Really Know? But also, we changed the name thanks to a good friend of ours from LinkedIn. We'll talk about that later. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's play the new intro that we did and see what you guys think. We will be back with you in approximately 1 minute with the new guest. All right, that was the intro. Let's go ahead and bring in our guest today. We have LaChelle Adkins, America's Supermom. Welcome to the program, season
Hey,
3. This is guys. This is my new co-host for the whole year. I'm just kidding. How are you?
I love it. That's the best way to ask people, put them on the spot so they can't say no. So I love that.
Exactly. So this is a show called Do We Really Know, where we bring wonderful guests from LinkedIn and we ask them questions because you guys are celebrities. These are people that are known here, right? People who have 1,000 followers or more come on
Okay.
the show and we get to really ask them questions. This is episode 24. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. You know what? I was just honored when you asked me because I know for myself, I love having conversations and having people on my show. And I don't even think about being on somebody else's. So
Yeah,
I was really honored. So I'm excited to be here.
awesome. Before we get to the questions, let's remind everybody when we first met.
Yes.
I think it was on Matt Allen's show, right? So there was a
Yes.
clip from when we first met, and let's
Oh,
show everybody. It was an interesting time. Let's go ahead and show them when we met. All
okay.
right.
I think he was here on.
Can you hear that?
I don't know. I'd seen him a couple of
I
times
see
this
that.
week, to be honest. I don't
Can
know
you hear
how
it
many of
though,
you know
or is it
him.
Yeah, I
low?
If
can hear
you
it.
don't know him, then we're going to introduce you. This
Let me
man
turn it up
is
here.
an absolute celebrity.
A couple
He
of times
has
this week.
his own quiz show, no less. He's a new friend of mine. He is the wonderful Omar.
Ooh, how you doing, guys? Omar.
Hey.
Look how young we were.
How you doing? I wanted to make sure, Matt, that I was going to make it today, and I was like, if I had a meeting, I'm definitely going to come to your show because Matt was like, "You're coming, you're coming." I said yes.
Good
Thank
man.
you. Hi
Um,
guys, how you guys doing? I'm going to say hello to about a couple of you here, Amber and how you doing, guys?
Pretty good.
Good.
Awesome. Good to see you here. I'm excited to come in and be part of this today on Happy Monday.
Mhm.
So
the
tell us
beginning
about
of
your
the-
show. That you said it's a Zoom party host.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a quiz show, like Jeopardy.
Okay.
I would just like to say, just because Loopy has left and you go for one, that doesn't make you the new Loopy.
I was reading his. I was
Yeah.
reading his banner.
You
It
go ahead.
was it was in the banner.
Smart, so we'll give you that. Other than Ellie, who's dressed up in a shirt halfway. But yeah,
Only you knew.
I'll just sit back and
That-
relax.
and there you
I
go.
got in trouble.
I think that's enough of that.
Right, I went off script. That's what I got out of that.
No,
I went.
hopefully that brings you some good memories. That was the first time we met, which was years ago. We were much younger, and I think that was actually in 2023.
I know.
Let me see the actual date was that. That was I believe it was April 2023. So
Okay.
almost be a year and a half for that. So
Yeah.
that's amazing. So
That's
all right,
amazing.
let's go ahead. Oh, we have some guests here.
Oh,
Our friend Sue
okay.
from the UK. It's been
Oh,
a while
hey,
since I've seen
Sue.
you, Sue. She's wonderful.
Yes.
Leslie, hey Leslie, I'm glad
Hey,
she's a fan of the
Leslie.
show. She's actually the one who actually told me to say, "Do we really know them?" So I changed the
Oh,
show.
okay. I
So
love
to
that.
her. How are you doing today? We'll go through some of these. Aaron, good to see you, my
Oh,
friend.
hey, Aaron. Thanks
It's
so
good
much
to
for
see you on
sharing.
the program.
Aaron is so supportive. He shared
Oh
with us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. Before we get to more of these questions, hey Islam, thank you for being
Oh,
here.
hey,
Okay,
Islam. Okay.
ready for the questions? Here we
I'm
go.
ready.
Question one. Okay. What age group do your kids range from? I know you're called American
Okay.
Supermom.
Yeah.
You have 15 kids. What are their
Yeah.
ages right now?
They're 10 to 34.
10 to 34.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You want me to say all the ages?
If you want, you can.
Okay. So 10, 12, 13. Wait a minute. I think my son is 14. So he's 14.
Can we bring him on the show? Maybe you can.
I wish we could. They're at church right now. I had to leave early. So it's 14, 16, 17, 19, 21. They're all like 18 to 20 months apart. So 21 and then 23, and they're getting ready to turn a different age. So that's why it's confusing. 23, 25, 27, 28, 30, 32, 31, and 34.
Awesome. That's good. I can't even remember my siblings. I have 3, so that's good sometimes.
I know.
So out of those, how many of them are actually out of the house? How many of those kids?
It's only 4 of them that are out of the house. We have 11 of them still at home.
11 there. That's good. That keeps you kind of
crazy.
busy. That's awesome. All right. So you passed that one. Let's go on to the next question. You made it. Okay. How did you get the name American Supermom, or who coined it? I'm assuming it's because of the kids. But yeah.
Yes. So actually, I had a coach from the UK, Camelita Nuttall. She's actually on LinkedIn. I met her on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And she had me give her all of my media that I had thus far in my career, because I was just getting started with coaching. And so I had got with her to kind of get everything set up. She was a business coach. And she had me give her all of my media that I had been a part of. So one of the pieces that was done here in Georgia with the local news was titled Supermom. And so she thought Supermom was good, but she was like, it's so common. There's a lot of things that refer to a supermom. So she said, what about America's Supermom? And so we looked it up, and so that's the one that stuck. So, and then I really like it. I feel like I'm growing into it still. Because for me, it means being able to redefine the American dream for myself. I was on a career path to be a corporate attorney, met my husband in college. I ended up getting a marketing degree, but being a stay-home mom. And so I felt like I couldn't have a career and be a mom at the same time. So it wasn't until after my journey through depression that I learned that I could do both. And so it just, to me, it was appropriate to be America's Supermom.
That's great. That's awesome. How many years ago did you get that coined?
It was in
What year was that?
2017.
2017. Okay. So it was in the 20s. Okay. In the 20s.
Yeah.
Not the 1920s, but in the 2020s.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be looking good if it was that long ago, right?
Exactly. All right. You passed that one. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So Pepsi, I think this is stuck there because of these comments. Do you prefer Yoo-hoo or Pepsi? Here's a weird one.
Well, what?
Yoo-hoo is it the drink? That's the chocolate.
I know what you're saying. I say water. My option's not up there. I don't really drink
Any of these?
any other beverages, not even really
Ah,
fruit juices outside of
ah.
water. I have
If
my
you had
water
the
bottle.
choice of these were all natural,
I would
which
say
one do you
YooHoo.
drink? Yoo-hoo.
Yeah,
Yoo-hoo? Ah,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, same here. I only drink water, but then I love orange juice. Like my grandfather used to always say, I love to swim in a swimming pool of orange juice. He loved it so much.
Oh,
And in fact, I just learned the other day, my aunt was saying when he passed away, he wanted his grave to be filled with orange juice. That's how much he loved
wow.
it. So he loved it so much. He passed
That's
away in
good.
2016, but
I'm
he
sorry
really
for your
loved
loss.
orange juice, and I love it as well. And so occasionally I'll squeeze 3 or 4 oranges and just drink it up. Lovely. It's a
Well, I love that you're doing it natural. That's amazing. So that's some
exactly, yeah.
discipline. Yeah.
So we have Aaron sticking around here. Also, I'm so proud of you. He's
Oh,
saying,
thank you,
and then
Aaron.
also
He's amazing. He's
he
amazing.
is. He is.
Yeah.
Definitely. I love when I met with him the other day, a few months ago, a few weeks ago, and definitely hope to bring him on my show as well. So awesome.
Yes. He
This
would
is
be a really good one.
he is. He's amazing. I love his show. I love what he does, and yeah, Aaron, you're awesome. This is a new guy. I don't know if you were friends or anything, but
No, I don't know
good
him.
morning, Subas, if that's how you say it.
Mhm.
Very nice name. Tell us where you're from. Where are you joining us from? It looks like somewhere, maybe I'm guessing somewhere in Africa or Europe, maybe. It's a nice name.
Mhm.
All right, and here is fabulous Leslie here,
Okay, she likes YooHoo. Okay.
and then there's
You
a
know,
orange
uh,
juice one. Yeah.
Leslie and I both have birthdays in December. I can't remember which one hers is. Mine is the 13th.
Oh, seriously? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
November.
we have that
So
in common. Yeah.
okay, that's great. So she does not like orange juice. Can cause
Okay.
kidney stones. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. That's a good fact there.
Well,
But Leslie, when you do Zumbardi, my Jeopardy show, make sure I will not put that on there because you know it. I'm gonna put something harder. Okay, okay. Okay, let's
I
go on
love
to the next question. Okay, okay. How many real best friends do you have?
mm,
This is a real important one because I was thinking the other day, and I think I have at least 8 or 9 people who you can really
mhm.
rely on, not from the online, but also online as well. Who would you say? How many real best friends do you have?
I tell you, I really feel like I have a lot of best friends.
That's good.
Because I feel like you attract the people that, and I'm just meeting more. You know how they say, you never really make good friends after high school or something. I don't know. There's some saying about that,
Yeah.
over time as life happens, you don't really get to meet real friends. But I have some friends that I've had since middle school that I still talk to, as well as new friends that I've made online. So, and then I consider my children my best friends.
That's
They
beautiful.
definitely are very honest. They don't always tell me what I want to hear, but I feel anybody that helps you grow is a best friend. And my husband, of course, he and I, we go back and forth, talking to each other. What is it? Sharpening each other's saw. We don't really see it that way when we say some things, but um, so I would say at least, and then my mom, she's a good friend, best friend.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I would say at least 30. That's probably
Oh,
putting
okay.
it high. Yeah.
Oh, wow. It seems to
Hmm.
be a little stuck on mine. Can you still hear me? My picture seems to be frozen.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think there's something with the connection. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna just connect to the cord real quick. And
Okay.
that's when it's live, I love it when there's mistakes.
Oh yeah, you just gotta roll with it. So
Exactly.
how many real best friends do you have? I'm
I would
curious.
say at least 8 or 9. The
Okay.
online environment has really helped us. I'm the kind of person who loves to be in touch with everybody, whoever it is. Like
Yeah.
it could be a past relationship, either a girl or any friends, anybody you had to.
Hmm.
But I keep in touch to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So I that's the kind of person I grew up with. But to be real frank, in terms of 8 people who you can actually tell them your details of anything that happens to you, and then they'll listen to you, they'll call you back. So I would say at least 8. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So are you able to see me? Because I'm
Now I
kind
can
of
see
coming
you.
in frozen. It's very weird here. Like it's lagging, but I'm connected to the wired.
Oh,
connection.
now you're moving a little bit. I can see
Yeah,
you.
it's very
Yeah.
like staticky, which is very weird. And now if I refresh here, all the comments will go away.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing here. So let me do this. Let me stop the sharing thing. Oh, maybe. Okay. Okay, I'm better. I'm back now. Am I moving normal? Okay.
You're
Okay.
moving.
There we go. All right. Let's get some of these comments here. Okay. So Leslie is the
Oh, okay,
21st.
12/21.
My
Yeah.
mom is the 14th. So
Mm.
so that's good there. Let's see. We have Aaron saying, Leslie, absolutely agree. I'm more of a coffee or a coffee kind of soul. All right. All right. And I see there Scrooge McDuck's hat. I like that. I love that.
Mhm.
All right. So what's the number 2 stand for here, Sue?
I think it's two best friends. I
Two.
think
Okay.
she has two best friends.
Rashida, she was on my Zoom party. We did an Islamic edition, and she was on there. She was great. We
Yeah,
played
she's
carrots.
I know Rashida too. She's
She's
matter
awesome.
of fact, I think she's having a room coming up. So
Oh,
wishing
okay.
her well.
Definitely. She's
Yeah.
awesome. Definitely watch her. She's great. And also, people I can trust. Interesting question.
Right.
Good morning. All right. To Rashida. All right. Everybody's interested with season 3. We got a lot of comments here. Here's a good friend of mine, Nicholas. And all right. I don't know if we have time to do this. We got to get to the questions. They're more important. Okay.
I like when you include the people because it's fun to see what
I do. Yeah.
Are they answering? Are they supposed to answer the questions too? Because I need to.
If they want, they can. But this isn't
Okay.
Jeopardy. This isn't Jeopardy yet. So they don't get any prizes yet until we start in the fall time, which will be October, season 5. Season 5 of Zoom Party. We'll be starting that. That's going to be fun.
Okay, that's going to be
Awesome.
fun.
Yeah. Okay. So on your profile, it says you're a TV producer. What was the first thing you produced? Do you remember that?
Yeah, the first thing I produced was my own show, which is called Real Life Without Excuses. And that's spelled REEL, like a newsreel. So that show is still around. It's on Zandra TV Network, and it was really kind of like a look behind the scenes of what life was like for me. It was during the pandemic. It was my first journey with the production because I wanted to just kind of give people some inside view of what life was for me. During that time, my husband worked out of state. And so I had 7 kids that were e-learning due to the pandemic. So we had a videographer who was a friend of my son's come in and film the episodes. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So is that a local channel, or where can we see
Actually, it's the studio is in Dallas, Texas, and it is distributed through Zandra TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.
Awesome. Okay.
Mhm.
Maybe if you can put that in the comments somewhere there, I think you can.
Okay.
And then maybe people can see that here while I go some of these. What is Jeopardy? Let me. It's like, Sue, this show's been on for 40 years or so. I think even 60 years. If you talk to the old show, Art Fleming's, it's a good show. I'll send you a link later, Sue, on that. But are you able to, in the post there in the chat at the bottom, I think you should be able to type something in there. Like for
Yeah,
example,
I'm looking up the episode really quick. So
I put a hi in there and then this comes up. Or you can put it in the private chat and I can put it in there for you.
Sounds good.
She that comes in here says, indeed, yes, I do have an incoming audio event, which is September 7th. And John is also going to be on it. Okay. And John is a good guy. He was on my Zoom party as well. Did you spell it correctly? Spell what correctly? Okay. This is your show, right?
Oh, yeah. Real Life. Okay, let me see. I'm over here on a different screen. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of MIA for a minute.
That's okay.
It's REEL. Life Without it. And
REEL. Okay.
Yeah. Zandra, which is ZON.
Okay.
Yeah,
he posted something there. So
Yeah.
we'll see that on there. Awesome. Okay. I think we got through most of the comments here.
I'm making some notes on what links to put on here because I'm kind of scatterbrained. I'll go over here and be doing something else, and I want to stay focused.
Sounds good. I leave Aaron's. No, that's great. I want to leave Aaron's comment here for a couple of minutes here because it's the best
Oh, I
comment so
like
far.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, Jennifer from Tampa. Thank you for joining us. And I think we got through all these wonderful comments so far. Okay.
Yeah, so
I,
Jennifer is one of my producers. I have a
oh,
TV channel now, and
okay.
that's called Keep It Real TV, also on Zandra TV. And she is my Spanish content that's going to be coming out here shortly. They're going to be
Oh,
doing
cool.
12 episodes in Spanish and 12 in English.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
awesome.
Jennifer. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
That's
they have I Am Magazine, which is a digital magazine. It's in English and Spanish. So you may have some guests that want to be featured on the cover or have articles about them. Their theme is different every month. One
Yeah.
month it might be love, another month it might be something else. So if they have content related to those topics, they might want to be included in the magazine.
Amazing. Amazing. I want to say hello to a good friend, Kinga, who was on the show as well.
Okay.
Welcome. All right. You're awesome.
Hey, Kinga. I think she's in a book or something coming up with the
Oh, yeah. She's
LinkedIn.
on the magazine as well and a book as well. And so
Awesome.
I featured that when she was on the show a couple of months ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah, all these wonderful people on here. Okay, let's get to the next question here. Your favorite memory as a child?
For me, it would be the first day I started reading because I still remember that, right? So I believe I was 4. I was in daycare, and my mom came in to pick me up, and all the teachers that were there were raving about the fact that I could read at age 4. So that would be my favorite memory. And the book is Are You My Mother?
Oh, yes. I remember that one. That was a good
So
one.
I have a copy of it because it's in English and Spanish because, I'm learning Spanish. So I wanted to get the book so that I can practice it in Spanish too. So yeah, that's my favorite childhood memory.
Oh, got it. I do have a nephew who's about 14 months now, and he'll be 15 in the middle of the month. And I think one of my sister's friends was going to give that book to him, so at the start, but they do say at 9 months to 10 months, you can start reading to kids to pick up stuff.
Absolutely. I saw on, my grandson, he is in kindergarten and he's reading on a 3rd grade level. They just tested him. And so, these kids today, I was a slacker, I guess.
Yeah.
At age 4, I saw somebody on Instagram, a little kid that was just learning how to walk, but could read. They had like these little flashcards around the house. So I think it's amazing.
It is. Let me refresh because I think there's a delay. You know what I did? I actually left this on last night just to make sure everything was set up. And so maybe that would have had something. I know we might do some of these wonderful comments.
Okay.
But we will see here. Let me refresh the page here.
Okay. Hey guys. I think he'll be back shortly. He is refreshing the page, but I'm loving everybody's engagement around the things that they have enjoyed as children. So you have to love this technology. Be prepared to be the host, the guest, whatever it takes to keep the show running.
Exactly. There we go. It's still kind of staticky. Oh well, that's okay. I guess we'll see how it goes when it's on there. Okay. So now we got that one. And this one. Okay. Do you remember your first broadcasting program?
The one that I did myself where I was in front of a crowd or?
Correct.
Yes. So my first one was with Christopher Salem. He is very active on Facebook, LinkedIn. He is a speaker, and I was a guest on his radio show. So at the same time when I had my coach, she was encouraging us to do more video. And at the time, I think I might have had 100 friends on Facebook. I used to share my husband's account because I really didn't have time for Facebook. I was with the kids.
Yeah.
And so I thought, oh my gosh, I don't even have an audience. What am I going to say? This is crazy. So I reached out to him to see if he wanted to do a series with my signature coaching program. So it's a 5-pillar program. And
Yeah.
so we broke it out into 5 different sessions. And so that's how I got started. So I was really nervous. We had everything happen where there was echo, people dropping off. It was all the things that could go wrong, which was
Yeah.
really good because I was able to do it calmly. I had somebody else with me and I was hosting it. He was actually the host and I was coming in as the guest. So I
Yeah.
was able to use his audience. So yeah, it was kind of nerve-wracking, but I was so glad that I didn't do it alone. And now, I give him all the credit for being my video coach, which at the time he had no idea that's what he was doing.
Okay. Great. Great. That's awesome. When
Mhm.
was that? What year was that?
I want to think it was like 2020 or
That
something,
time.
maybe.
Yeah.
It might have been 2019. I don't know. It's been some time ago.
It seems like a lot of us in 2020, 2023, around that period, everybody wanted to start in their own show and come in and do the podcasting. I know YouTube's been on for a while, but
Mhm.
then everybody's, it's kind of amazing. Like everybody wants to be on the show, do their own show, and it's just fabulous because you get to meet people and you get to do different things. Why? Here's a question that's not on there. What made you motivated to start your own show? Was it something that you've seen, a TV show, somebody from family, something you read that you wanted to do this kind of broadcasting?
Well, for me, I have always had the passion to be able to kind of control the narrative. People have always stopped us when we go out. Oh my gosh, are these all your kids? How do you do it? That type of thing. And so
Yeah,
I just wanted to have a platform where I could kind of tell everybody at one time. Even to this day, my kids, they don't want to go to the store with me because they're like, Mom, we can never get in and out. People are saying, oh my gosh, are you the lady with all those kids? Or whatever. And so a 5-minute thing would always turn into an hour. So they don't want to go shopping with me. But um,
yeah,
I feel like I can tell everybody at one time, right? And so I could be done with it. So that really was the driver for me to be able to get out of my own head to
yeah.
have a platform to talk to a lot of people.
Amazing, amazing. Like for me, I've always watched all these talk shows, and when I saw Don Cohen doing a show back in, I think it was 2023, in the beginning of that year. And
Okay.
so when I saw him doing that, I was like, this is amazing. I've always wanted to do this. In fact, when I was like a 10-year-old, I had a star on my door,
Oh,
like one of those stars that do that. And so this is an amazing platform to start you out with and
yeah.
be able to open to other ventures. And it's amazing, it's fun. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's go on to the next one. What is an unknown talent that I have and nobody knows?
Mm.
What is the unknown talent that you have that nobody knows about?
I would say flexibility, because I can hone in and focus in the midst of a lot of chaos. And for a lot of people, they're like, oh my gosh, I just don't understand how you could do it. Whether it is,
Yeah,
I don't know, I can just quickly focus on what's important in the moment. Uh, when there is just, it seems like everything is falling apart around me. Um, so that would be my thing. I don't know if it's so unknown, but that's
yeah,
something that I'm really glad that I have. It helps me to stay moving. What helps with that though is planning. So like having a schedule, kind of having things outlined, but in the back of my head, I'm thinking, this schedule, even though it's written, is flexible because
yeah.
something may happen. So I kind of just prepare myself for that. Always being able to quickly adapt in the midst of chaos. So that would be my thing.
Awesome. Yeah. And so the reason is I like this is because you get to control what you do and you're the producer, right? You have in your
Yeah.
mind what you want to do. And then if it goes wrong, you can always change it and stuff like that. But if you're working for somebody else, something goes wrong, you got to blame them,
It's true. And and it does
Yeah.
happen.
So,
I mean, just like, you went off camera for a minute. So you just gotta
yeah.
be prepared to deal with whatever comes.
Exactly. Okay. Now here's a question that I kind of ask everybody: if I would invent an item to help mankind, what would it be?
Hmm.
Could be an idea.
I
This is a
think for
question for every
me,
single person.
what I
Mhm.
believe that would solve a lot of the problems is self-confidence. So if there was
Yeah.
something that I could invent that would remind people of how great they already are, and for them
Yeah.
to feel confident with understanding that, with your gift, it may not be popular because it actually is a gift. Not everybody has it. So, something that would, I don't know if it would tell them, maybe remind them. I don't know, something like that. Maybe like a cuckoo clock that just reminds you of your gifts and talents. How about that?
Yeah, that's a good one. You probably know Harvey Tuck. I'm not sure if you've seen
Yeah,
Harvey.
I've seen him. Hmm.
So he said something similar to that. Like I can't remember 100%, but he said, uh, what if like something happens to somebody and doesn't call you back, or uh, something happens and you're wondering why this happened. He says, I wish there's a way for you to find out uh, why that happened, or somebody cut you off without you being upset.
Mm.
Because a lot of the times, let's say you're talking to, let's say, a girl or a friend, and then all of a sudden that girl doesn't talk to you anymore, and you're wondering, they don't say anything, they ghost you or whatever. Or it could be another item, maybe somebody cut you off or something, and you're wondering what's going on. If you know they're having some issue with their family, you're like, oh, I understand that. I understand. So that's
Right.
what he was saying. So it kind of reminded me of that kind of thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
well, and I think the thing that I'm saying that's a little different is we always come from a place that it could be negative, usually, and
Mhm.
then if we
Yeah,
find out what happened, then we change our mindset about it. So if we already had that confidence, then we could be willing to give people grace and not be so dependent on them showing up in the first place, you know, or calling
exactly.
us back or whatever the case is. So having that mindset, I mean, I have that most of the time, but it's something I
Yeah,
have to be intentional about. I have to do the work on myself every morning when I get up to get me in that space. It's not about just waking up and then just having positive. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some things that, you don't have to, it just is now become habitual, but you have to be intentional to think against the grain of how a lot of your behavior in the past has just kind of run your life. So you have to be intentional with that.
absolutely. You're right
Mhm.
about that. Definitely. And okay, the last question. This is it. Tell us about you and what you do and what you stand for. I know you talked about a little bit of it, but tell us a little bit more.
Yes. So first, I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity because this is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to your season 5 of the Zoom party because I think those were such creative ways to engage people, to kind of do things sometimes that may not be comfortable, certain conversations in a fun way. So
Yeah.
for me, I was raised an only child and fast forward having 15 kids. So it has been a journey of me learning how to work with a team and depend on a team. So my upbringing was where I was a high achiever, and everything that happened, I really pretty much attributed to my own work. So I had no problem working harder. I followed always somebody else's roadmap, what it took to get an A, to be on honor roll, gifted classes, all these things. And so when I had my family and it totally went in a different direction from what I had seen myself having, I didn't know how to respond to that. I had a very scarce mindset. And so it was hard for me to transition with that in so many different ways. From, really having unrealistic expectations for myself and my children. If they did the things that I thought were right, then I was always on board for the things. So it's like if you're going to be in sports, you need to be good in sports. You know what I'm saying? And so all these things you need to work, you need to, whatever my work ethic is, I was trying to put it on them. So it led me through a period of depression for 13 years. Um, and I was hospitalized 3 times. After that last hospitalization, I was able to kind of get out of the victim mindset of feeling like, it was my kid's fault or my husband's fault or circumstances. And I really took accountability for my own actions. I was able to look in the mirror and face the fact that I was the common denominator. And so from there, I learned a lot about my journey that, I created a signature coaching program for people to help them navigate through the challenges of life. So that's how I came up with my Fresh Start coaching program. So I started as a coach, had my first client. She was from Spain, but she spoke English. She was working on her PhD. We connected on LinkedIn. And I thought, oh, this is going to be, I'm going to have these packages, 3 months, 6 months. I ended up coaching her for like 18 months. And during that journey, I learned that there's a lot of education that needs to go on behind strategies that can kind of help people. They may feel like, oh my gosh, I just need time management. But what they find is they can't say no to things, or they're afraid of rejection, some of these deeper things. So I started doing videos to kind of speak to that. The pandemic came, and so I was doing master classes and helping other moms and started a podcast, all these things to really provide education for people. And so that led me into having my own show. During the podcast, I met with the founder of Zandra TV. She was one of my guests. So I got into her network, had my own show. The beginning of this year, I got my own channel where I can have up to 12 content creators have 24 episodes of content that they believe is positive programming. And been a part of anthologies, best-selling books, and speaking all around. For me, it's mental wellness. During the pandemic, I came up with my own hashtag Smile for Wellness, and that was 5 pillars that I believe were important for preventative ways for people to not go into depression. Now, I'm not a doctor, but these are some of the pillars that I believe I struggled with. And so I wanted it to be more proactive than reactive. So SMILE for me stands for sleep, mood, inner voice, laughter, and energy. So if you kind of gauge those areas on a regular basis, it can really help you with your mental wellness. And it's also a good way to check in with other people. If you feel that somebody's a little off, you can send them some funny videos, to get them to laugh, anything to kind of disrupt that negative thinking loop that a lot of people are on, and simply asking them questions and engaging with them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the right thing to do. Unfortunately, a lot of us are closing our jobs and we're not really opening up, but we really need to reach out to people and check on them and see how they're doing from time to time. A lot of people are open, but then you have some people who don't want to be reached and don't want to be heard about. And those are the people who are probably struggling the most, I've had some friends like that who I would check on them and they was like, why do you care so much? And they would just go away and they would have some issue. And turns out they have some issues themselves, in terms of mental health issues. But those are the kind of people that actually need to be checked and make sure they're taken care of. And to be hiding and going away from people, that's terrible. That means there's something going on there, But fortunately, just like we heard of that one young lady from LinkedIn who passed away. I'm not sure if you heard about her.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that. I actually reached out to her a week ago before that.
Wow.
And she was saying some weird things and I didn't make sense to me. I was like, why is she saying this kind of stuff? We were supposed to have a meeting, but she never even showed up. So something was wrong, but I didn't really think too much of it. But then I realized later, So you can see the signs,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But yeah, so definitely.
And I think, it's a hard thing for a lot of people to bring up. We're not really taught a lot of times how to have difficult conversations,
Oh, yeah.
because I know
Yeah.
I'd never really raised my hand and was very excited about that. But I've learned that, we can do hard things, right? And it's the outcome that we're looking for more so than, the process. I think having 13 children, 2 of them are my stepchildren, but 13 physically in childbirth, I've learned to get some thick skin. I've learned that, I don't have to always be popular. I don't have to always have a crowd of people. Just a number of things that have helped me deal with courageously moving forward in uncomfortable situations.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to thank you for being on this program. We can keep going more and more. I know it's. I usually do it for about 35 minutes, 40 minutes, kind of thing, and a very amazing story. My screen seems to be all keep frozen somehow. It keeps
Okay.
freezing up. I don't know why. Yeah, it's weird. Like I keep moving and stopping. Maybe because I left it on all night, which I thought it would save me or something. I don't know. But this this is weird. This will be a nice reminder. So the reason why I do this show is I always say I want my grandkids and my great grandkids to see what I did, because
Yes.
we want to know what our family used to do in the past, right? And oh, I want to say hello to Joy. I met her the other day, last week. Joy, you're wonderful, from the UK.
Yes,
Very
I
nice,
love
supportive.
Joy. She does
She's
Rome
awesome. Yeah,
salsa. Yeah, it's been a
we had
minute.
a nice. She has a nice events, and she supported
Mhm.
me. It was nice to meet with her. So yeah, yeah. The reason, like I was saying, is that we want to see how our family were in the past, and so
Yes.
this is a good way for our kids and grandkids to see what we used to do. Because imagine 100 years from now, people can see, oh, this is what he used to do. This is what he's like. He can move. We don't have that, video that they used to have back 100, 200 years
It's so
ago.
true.
And this is a good way to do it. So that's part of it why I want to do this. So your legacy of your family to remember who you are and they can see you. That's
Yes.
part of it. And help out the society kind of thing.
Yeah, we
Well,
share
with
that in
that,
common. I feel the same way because you can learn a lot by listening to a conversation about a person's what they believe in, their values, straight from them. So I totally agree with that.
exactly. With that, remember when you gave me your audio? I want to go ahead and play that. With
Okay.
that should have been the intro. So I'm going to replay the intro again for that last part. That's another thing. So let's see here. This better work. Let's see. Okay. Looks like it's not coming on, is it? All right. Okay, let me do this. Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
It's on this side.
Isn't it fun that to have these things happen? You just got to roll
Oh yeah.
with it,
Oh yeah.
right?
Exactly. If no mistakes happen, life is boring.
It's true. It's true. Okay.
The funny thing is, there was a song called, I came across it, but very weird. It's called "Life's Boring." It's from India, and the guy's just singing there. It's like a superstar show. I can send it to you, and the guy's like singing. It's like American Idol or what they had
Oh,
back in
okay. Okay.
the 90s. They had their shows called Superstar or something. So the guy's singing, and I was like, "Oh, this is life's boring." And he's like, "Life." I'm like, "This is funny. This is a funny song."
Yeah, it's funny how it's the things you wouldn't think that
Oh yeah,
really people get fascinated with. It's like my
I know.
kids, they open up gifts and it's the box that they're excited about more so than the gift, right inside.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me see. Does this? Okay, can you hear it?
Uh-huh.
I'll just play the last part of this. Okay, and it's gonna stop, right? I was like, nah, it's gonna stop now. It played a second ago. I'm like, okay, there we go. Okay, so do you really know? Then that comes in, and then your part should come in after that, and I'll probably upload it later or something. Yeah, this is very weird. So it's like that.
I love
Okay.
it. It's a good cliffhanger.
It was here's the funny thing is, so when I was doing the Zoom party one time, the guy recorded a video for me,
Uh-huh.
and they could not hear what he was saying. So I was like, "Can you guys hear it?" So I edited it. It was fun. Okay. I want to say hello to Kelly, good friend of mine, was on the show. I
Mhm.
think there we go. Okay, it's coming on. You just have to be patient.
Okay.
Okay, it's still delayed, so for some reason, even though I'm hardwired on the connection here. So let me do this. Okay, there you go. Show number. Yeah, it's still delayed for some reason. So it's supposed to come like that, and then it would say your name, and I would say the 24 show.
Okay. We just went right along with it.
Oh yeah, I think it's still loading. Yeah, for some reason it's loading very slowly here. That's okay.
This is
We'll
fun.
wait here. Yeah, it is.
I used to get so nervous about stuff like that, and it's like I love
Yeah.
being a guest because I'm like anything can happen and I'm good. You know what I mean? I don't have the pressure of being a host. So it's like just roll with it. Okay. That's the fun part.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was the same too, and I'm like, yeah, it's not a big deal to these things here.
Mhm.
It's okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably upload that video later, and then maybe attach it to the YouTube one or something, or do it separate.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you again for being on the show. We're going to be doing more shows, most likely every 2 weeks, and I want to end the stream. Thank you so much, LaChelle, for being on the show. Our next guest is going to be Mr. Deacon. He was on the Mr. Don Cohen show.
Oh.
He's the money motivated guy. Carl is his first name. I almost forgot his first name. So he'll be on the show in 2 weeks.
Awesome.
On the 15th. And so thank you again, guys. And thank you, Kelly, and everybody who showed up. Stick around for a second here. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. You guys have a wonderful Sunday and have a good Memorial Day. Make sure to eat a lot of food and drink a lot of water too, right?
Yes. Water's good. Bye, everybody.
All right. See you.